And just be yourself, because life is too short to just hide who you are.
What kind of started this whole thing is I'm an actor, and so I played a transgendered woman role, and all my friends were like, wow, you're really pretty. And it was like, well, I mean, I know, but thank you. And so then I was like, well, I mean, that only makes sense that I'm pretty and then I'm good at fashion.
We were at a little party at my boss's house, and so he was just talking about how he does drag, and he's really good friends with the so-on performer Cheetah, if y'all ever heard of her. And so she just was there. We were talking, we were mingling. They're like, Solly, you're too extra for this. You need to be on stage. You need to do this.
My first drag experience in New York City, I was cast in a play that was at NYU. A friend of mine was a directing student, and he put me in his senior project. So it was a Moliere play called The Seductive Countess, and of course I was the Seductive Countess.
I am transgender, so I live my life as a transgender woman. I love doing hair. I love doing makeup.
So it's a lot of sleeping, and then when I'm not sleeping, I'm working at the grist mill.
So my day-to-day life sort of revolves around Stonewall and booking events and performing in shows, doing the social media. So my life revolves around nightlife.
It's separate from like my day life. I think people really think that like we want to be women, or that we're women all the time, and then like this is getting dressed up to like be our true selves, which is like a load of bullshit.
I think one of the misconceptions is that we all want to be women, or that we want to have a sex change.
I feel in my place, just because I'm transgender and I do drag, people are like, okay, you're confused. And I think that's the biggest stigma about it. I know where Solo starts and Solo ends and Bambi begins. It's not you have two personalities, you're just giving off a different side of you.
I mean, as an actor in general, I always like to be on stage and having an audience. In a way, it's very weird to be up there like in your performing zone, and then you're like, people are screaming at you and trying to hand you money. But also, I'm turning the party. Like, you feel great, and at the same time, your feet really hurt.
That's why I do it in the end. It's that exchange of energy. It's fleeting, it's intoxicating, it's rewarding. Payoff is that feeling of entertaining people and having that energy exchange, and you never know whose life you're gonna touch.
We need to be accepted. We need to be loved. We need to be taught that we are one. We are human. We are who we are. And that's what we need to be taught.
It is to not be afraid of yourself, you know, whatever that is, whoever that is, you know. If you have the inclination to put on a wig and some high heels and a ton of makeup, if you feel that that is inside you, go ahead, do it. You're powerful.
It takes a lot of money to look this bad.